Hello friends, in this session we'll discuss how to find the trailing zeros. First of all, what do you mean by a trailing zeros? Will be equal to, if you're having one number 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 zeros. How many zeros at the end? So how many zeros at the end? 3 zeros. So trailing zeros at the end will be equal to 3 zeros. If you're having one more number 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 5, double 0. How many zeros at the end will be equal to 2 zeros? So trailing zeros in this value will be equal to 2 zeros. Okay. So to get 1 0, we need to require 2 ones and as well as 5 ones. To get 2 zeros, we need to require 2's will be equal to 2, 5's will be equal to 2. To get 3 zeros, we need to require 2's will be equal to 3, 5's will be equal to 3. So we'll see one basic sample question, 2 into 3 into 5. 2 3s are 6, 6 5s are 30. Number of zeros will be equal to 1 0. In this case, 2 will be equal to 1, 5 is also 1. So we don't require how many 3's are there, how many 7's are there, how many 11's are there. So we don't require any value. We need to check only how many 2's and how many 5's. So one more question, 2 into 3 into 5 into 7. 2 3s are 6, 6 5s are 30, 30 into 7 will be equal to 210. Again, how many zeros are there is nothing but again 1 0. Again we are having 2 will be equal to 1, 5 is also 1. We don't require how many 3's and how many 7's. Directly we need to check how many 2's and how many 5's. 2 will be equal to 1, 5 is also 1, number of zeros are 1. So one more statement, 2 square, 3 square, 5 power 4, 7 power 5. Number of zeros at the end will be equal to, we need to check how many 2's and how many 5's. 2 will be equal to 2 times, 5 will be equal to 4 times. So we need to take common value. Common will be equal to 2. So number of zeros at the end will be equal to 2 zeros at the end. Okay. Next. 15 into 20 into 30 into 40. We need to write the multiplication in the form of prime factorization. 15 can be written as 3 into 5. 20 can be written as 5 into 4. 30 can be written as 5 into 6. 40 can be written as 5 into 8. So 3 into 5 into 5. 4 can be written as 2 into 2. 6 can be written as 2 into 3. 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. Now we need to check how many 2's and how many 5's are there. 5 will be equal to 1, 1, 1, 1. Total 5's will be equal to 4. 2's. How many 2's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 2's will be equal to 6. So in common we need to take common will be equal to 4. At the end of trailing zeros will be equal to 4 zeros. Okay. So if the given statement in the multiplication, if is asking trailing zeros, we need to write in the form of prime factorization. We need to take the common of these 2 and 5. Okay. Next, if you are having factorial, so just look at here 120 factorial. Before solving 120 factorial, let's see one basic question, 5 factorial. 5 factorial will be equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So what is the value of 5 factorial? 120. Number of zeros will be equal to 1 0. Here how many 5's are there? How many 2's are there? 5 will be equal to 1 time, 2 will be equal to how many times? 2, in the sense 4 will be equal to 2 square, 2 will be equal to 1 time. So 2 we are getting 3 times, 5 we are getting 1 time, number of zeros will be equal to 1. Next, 4 factorial. 4 factorial will be equal to 24. So 4 factorial can be written as 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Here also we are having 4 is nothing but 2 square 2 power 1. We are getting 2, we are getting 3 times. But there is no 5. In the sense to find the factorial value, we don't need to check 2 and 5, we need to check only 5. How many 5's are there? How many 5's are there? We need to check only how many 5's are there. So just look at here, 8 factorial. 8 factorial will be equal to 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial. Okay, so 8 factorial will be equal to 40320. So 2's are more value. 2's will be equal to 5 factorial itself. 2's will be equal to 3. Here 8 is nothing but 2 cube. 6 is nothing but 2. So totally 2's will be equal to 3 plus 3 6. 6 plus 1 is 7 times. Totally 7 times 5 will be equal to only 1 time. So if you look at the 8 factorial, we are having 40320. So how many zeros at the end? Only 1 zero. In the sense, we need to find out how many 5's are there. We don't require to find out how many 2's. Okay. To find 120 factorial, just look at here. 120 factorial can be written as 120 by 5 plus 120 by 5 square. Next 120 by 5 cube, and so we can write till at the end, but numerator should be more than denominator. 120 by 5 cube, so it is not possible. Why? Because 5 cube will be equal to 125, so it is not possible. We have to write 120 by 5 plus 120 by 5 square. When we divide 120 by 5, quotient will be equal to 24. So 120 by 5 square will be equal to 4. So 4 times we can divide. So 24 plus 4 equal to 28. Number of zeros at the end of 124, 120 factorial will be equal to 28. Or else, what is the other method? In the sense 120 divided by 5. So how many times we can divide? 24 times. Again 24 will be equal divided by 5 table. So 5 fours are 20. 4 is not divided by 4. 4 is not divided by 5, so we have to leave. So 24 plus 4 will be equal to 28. Number of trailing zeros will be equal to 28. Instead of writing 120 by 5 plus 120 by 5 square, we can find out in this manner also. We need to add addition of quotients. Addition of quotients. 24 plus 4 equal to 28 trailing zeros. Okay. Next. Number of zeros in 200 factorial, that will be equal to 200 by 5 plus 200 by 5 square, 200 by 5 cube. 200 by 5 equal to 40, 200 by 25, 25 times of 8 equal to 200. 5 cube equal to 1, so that will be equal 5 cube equal to 125. 200 by 125 will be equal to 1 time. 40 plus 8 plus 1 will be equal to 49. Number of trailing zeros at the end of 200 factorial equal to 49. Next, trailing zeros in 25 factorial plus 50 factorial. To before solving 25 factorial plus 50 factorial, just look at 10 factorial. What is the value of 10 factorial? 10 factorial equal to 3628800. Next, 5 factorial will be equal to 120. What is the sum of these two values? Is nothing but 3628828 How many zeros at the end? In the sense, so how many zeros at the end? Only one zero. So 10 factorial will be equal to 20. 5 factorial will be equal to 10. To solve So final answer will be equal to 1 0. In the sense, to find out 25 factorial and 50 factorial, no need to check 50 factorial. We need to check only 25 factorial. Why? Because 50 factorial we are getting more number of zeros. 25 factorial we get less number of zeros. So just look at here, 10 factorial we are having 2 zeros, 5 factorial we are having 1 zero. If I add these two values, number of zeros will be less. So we are getting only 1 0. In 5 factorial we are getting 1 0. Final answer is also 1 0. In the sense, the sum, if he is asking number of trailing zeros in 25 factorial and 50 factorial, so we need to take only less value. So find out the lesser value, 25 factorial. 25 by 5 plus 25 by 5 square. 25 by 5 equal to 5 times. 25 by 25 equal to 1 time. So number of trailing zeros will be equal to 5 plus 1 equal to 6 zeros. No need to check 50 factorial. We need to take only lesser value. Okay. Next, trailing zeros in 2 into 4 into 6 into 8 into and etc. 98 into 100. So how we can write this one? So in all the values 2 will be common. 2 into 2 will be common. So 1 into 2 into 3 into and so on into 50. Okay, so that will be equal to 2 is getting 50 times into 2 is getting 50 times, that is 2 power 50 into 50 factorial. So now we need to check 50 factorial. How many zeros in 50 factorial? It's nothing but, so when we divide 50 by 5 will be equal to 10 times 10 by 5 equal to 2 times 10 plus 2 equal to 12. So number of 5's will be equal to 12. If I look at, so no need to take 2. Why? Because in factorial we need to take only 5 only. No need to check number of 2's, how many number of 2's. Why? Because 2's will be more. Okay, so 50 factorial. So 50 factorial will be equal to how many zeros? 12 zeros. So final answer will be equal to 2 power 50 into 50 factorial. Number of zeros at the end will be equal to 12 zeros. Okay. In this way, we need to find out the trailing zeros. Okay. Thank you.